Hey, I'm Shelly.
I'm Rich.
Welcome to Air2Ground Farms. 2024 was a huge year for us here at Air2Ground Farms, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
like we did a lot of things.
Holy smokes. So we grew our production. Um, well, let me back up just a little bit. If you're new here, welcome to our channel. We are a first generation regenerative farm. After a couple 25-ish years of Rich being in the Air Force, we left that life, left Washington, D.C. behind, and started to farm. We have a passion for good food,
We do.
and we wanted to grow it ourselves.
So this year we have actually expanded operations.
Yes, we have.
We started our regenerative farm in 2021. 2024 was a growth year for us. One of the biggest things that we did was we opened a store, a brick and mortar storefront in our local town, Ava.
Air-to-ground meats. We needed an outlet for our product a little bit more than a just a seasonal farmers market. And we decided in order to do that, let's just open up a store. And it has gone really well.
It has. We expanded production on our animals and different products, and we also partnered with some new farms in the area. So we want to go over all of those different things with you and just give you an idea of what happened in 2024 here on Air2Ground Farms.
We started out raising a few feeder pigs and maybe like 10. And now we have 5 breeder hogs. That was something that we did in 2024. We started breeding pure Berkshires.
Yep.
And this year we took to the processor 19 hogs and sold those hogs primarily by the cut.
Let's go check in with the breeders. This morning I built a lane to get from Tex in his pen where he's been by himself. I used step ins and wire, and I built a lane from the sows over to Tex. And our plan is to walk the sows over. It's time that they go in with Big Tex. Hi, ladies. Hi. When I built Tex's pen, I built this as a basically gate area. So with his wire, I can just take off. I ran it back and forth across right here between these two stakes. So we're gonna feed Tex way up there in the corner. We'll give him some food up there. He'll go up there. We'll take this loose here, and then we'll walk the females over, see how it works. The ladies are in their new area in the woods. One's even over having a bite with Big Tex. The lane is cleaned up. Everything put back where it goes. We have One sow exploring our new area, a couple eating over here by themselves, and a couple over there eating with big techs. This area where the sows were will now rest for about 3 months, 3.5 months. And then we'll move them back over to have their piglets. That should give us piglets at the end of March, beginning of April. And everybody's in the woods, in our forest, happy. Happy pigs. Shelley mentioned that we took 19 hogs to the processor in 2024. Of those, 0 were born here on this farm. The ones that were born here, we actually farrowed for the first time in the fall, and they are growing out now out in our forest, and they will be the group that we take this coming spring. And we'll go over those numbers with you here in just a second.
Okay, beef. Oh man, the beef cows. We started with 8 total cows on this farm 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And that has grown.
We now have 40 cows on this farm, and we took 5 different beefs to the processor in 2024. Continuing with the cows, we had 8 beef calves during the year and 2 dairy calves.
And he had the good fortune of being out doing farming stuff one morning and was looking for one that we knew was going to be calving really soon. And check this out. He walked up on this mama having a baby. of our most labor-intensive enterprises is
Sheep?
no,
No.
no,
Oh,
chicken.
well.
It's chicken. So last year we raised Cornish cross pasture chicken. We did it in Joel Salatin style tractors, fairly common in this agriculture space. We did 550 of them. We processed them here on our farm.
We broke the 550 birds into 11 different batches of 50 each. And what that did was allow us to keep things small enough that even during the times when it was just Shelly and I, we were able to process the 50 birds and get it done in one day. So we had 2 brooders and 3 chicken tractors that we used, and we just had them rotating throughout the farm during their anywhere from, I think, 7 weeks was the youngest they were, and I think the oldest batch was about 9 weeks old. So anywhere from 7 to 9 weeks is where we were processing the birds. So the actual most labor intensive now will go to the sheep.
Oh, he's not even right at all. So sheep, yeah, we've got close to 50 ewes out there. This year, production-wise, we grow the sheep in order to make lamb, and we do it from our pasture to our store. That's the goal. We processed 4 so far this year in 2024. Those were from a partner farm, and we have 22 ram lambs that are out there and ready for processing for spring processing. I think. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So during the lambing season, we had 30, I think it was 34 ewe lambs and 32 ram lambs. We had some losses, way less than we've had any year that we've been doing this.
Yeah, we've had them for 3.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we had less losses this year than we've had ever. So we were excited about that. It was more than we would like to have, but less than we've had in the past. So
Yep.
I think we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and we've got pounds of lamb coming to sell at Air2Ground Meats.
Yeah, and we were able also to sell a few of our ewe lambs to a local farm that is wanting to grow their sheep flock. So as far as lamb production goes, we've sold a few to partner farms, and then we have over 20 that are ready now to take to the processor, and we'll be processing them throughout the spring.
Another thing that we do is raise chickens for eggs. We have layers. We estimate that we did about 1,400 dozen eggs in 2024. We had about 80 hens out there this past year. Since we've opened Air2Ground Meats, one of the things that we've discovered is people really like eggs.
Well,
and they really like pastured eggs.
yeah, they really like our eggs for sure.
Yeah.
In order to try to keep up with the demand that we're seeing from the store and from the farmers market, we bought 60 pullets, or 60 chicks this fall, and they are getting pretty big and should be laying by late winter, early spring. So that will put us at about 130, between 130 and 140 layers for this coming up spring. So we estimate, on a daily average, we should be getting, on high producing days or weeks, we should be getting 10 dozen a day. And on just as things slow down in later summer, we'll probably back down to probably 5 dozen a
Now,
day.
some of those need to be culled because they're getting a little old. And we will. One of the things that we've done this year is, I'm going to tell him we're going to cull them. He's going to cull them.
So the story behind that is the buff Orpingtons are the ones out there that are the oldest. And they're 2 now, pushing 2.5. We like to get the birds out of here by about 2.5, so that, because they just start decreasing production. They don't decrease the amount they eat, they just decrease the amount that they lay. Well, the buff Orpingtons are the oldest. And about a week ago, Makaylah and Makaylah is our youngest daughter. She just turned 13. We were out feeding the layers, and she said, "Do you know which ones are my favorite? I expected her to say the new ones, the smaller chicks, and she said the Buff Orpingtons. They're really big and fluffy, and I just love those
Oh
guys.
no, I didn't know that story.
So that's why I chuckle a little bit
Oh
when Joey
boy.
says it's time to, um, or it will be time soon to call the Buffs, is because Makaylah thinks those are her favorite. So we'll have to convince her maybe that something else is her favorite.
Maybe she could get some new Buff Orpingtons.
Yeah, maybe.
Just saying. Anyway, no freeloaders though.
No, and she understands that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, this
They are
kid,
pretty and I like them
well,
too.
I'm talking about Makaylah.
Oh,
This kid is a farm kid, so
oh man.
she is learning and she definitely understands life on a farm. So
Yes, she
all
does.
we'll have to say to her is, "Hey babe, it's time to get rid of the freeloaders," and she will agree with us wholeheartedly, and off they will go. So y'all check Makaylah out farming right here. You'll see just how much of a farmer she is.
I love her suit. I do. One of the enterprises that we have here is it's another labor intensive one, but it's highly sought out, really desired. But we do raw milk here, Jersey full cream raw milk. Um, this year we did an average of about 1,000 gallons of milk to ourselves and the community. And next year, that was with two-ish cows.
Now, one
One,
produced most of the year,
yeah,
and one
came in late.
came in October, so
Yeah.
really only 2 months.
Right. Now we've got one that we're drying off. The other one is really coming into her production and ramping up, and two to be calving soon.
Yeah, two in March.
So, yeah, we're looking at potentially 3 cows in milk
in milk by March. Yeah.
by March. So we will be ramping up production on that. I'm not sure what the numbers are. He knows. He'll tell you in a minute. But we did about 1,000 gallons this past year.
So let's review the numbers. We took 19 hogs to the processor, 5 beefs to the processor. So far, only 4 lambs in 2024, but we have 20 more that are ready to go to the processor. We processed 550 chickens here on farm, eggs about 1,400 dozen, and over 1,000 gallons of milk. Small farm. With all of those numbers, what's the community impact?
Oh man, pounds and pounds of grass-fed beef, non-GMO or GMO-free, pure Berkshire forested pork. You know what? It's pounds.
Yeah.
And hundreds of pounds of amazing local food that has gone out.
So one big thing that we were able to do this year is partner with some local farms. We did a video actually, and if you haven't seen it, go check that out, where we went to Kevin and Sarah's at Living Traditions Homestead, and we've started partnering with them for supplying us some extra beef. And then we left their place and went to another local farm where we picked up some lambs. And we're now working with them to supplement the amount of lamb that we're able to produce.
Yeah. So on top of adding the meat to people's freezers, we're also being able to give farmers around us an opportunity to sell their animals in a way that they're not taking them to the sale barn, which is a perfectly okay thing to do. But if they want to keep their animals local and help add food security to our community, it's just a really good outlet for them.
Yes, we were able to actually begin working with 5 different farms this year. We're really excited about that because one of the things that we've seen it just becomes a reality is we're a small farm, and as things grow, as demand grows, we're looking at, man, there's no way that we can produce much more than what we're doing right now. So we need an opportunity to partner with other farms who are doing things the same way that we're doing things in a regenerative style, non-GMO or organic, grass only, and we're able to find those people. And so far, we've had a really good reception of people saying, yeah, absolutely, I would love to have a different option than just taking these animals to the sale barn.
Honestly, this outlet right here has given people the knowledge that that's what we're doing and what we're looking to do. And they have been coming to us on, hey, would you like to buy my sheep? Would you like to buy my cows? Whatever the case is. And then we can have a conversation and set that and go meet them and set that up. We're meeting someone next week about some of their sheep so that we can get more out there into the community.
The final thing we'll mention about 2024 is YouTube.
So we have continued to grow this YouTube audience, and we really enjoy the community that this gives you guys, it gives us.
And we enjoyed it so much that we started a new YouTube channel.
If you've ever seen it, we do a Dust or Mud podcast, and that podcast moved to Dust or Mud podcast channel.
Both channels continue to grow, and we're really excited about the future for both.
So the podcast channel, if you're not familiar with it, what we like to talk about is food and freedom and farming. And every week we put one out, and you kind of never know what's kind of gotten up in our craw on what's going on in the world and what we're talking about that particular week. This week's video is all about a lawsuit that the 16-year-old kid is suing all of the big food companies, the processed food companies, because he's sick from their food. And we find that interesting. So it's things like that.
One of the first videos was actually Kevin and Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead. They came and spent a couple of hours with us, and we were able to capture that on camera and put that out for you guys to watch also.
That was a really fun conversation.
Yeah.
So look forward to 2025 continued YouTube videos.
Yeah.
If you've been around for a while, you might recognize this. This was originally where we did our Dust or Mud podcast when we first started until we got the podcast room. So we thought we would come back over here and just have a little chat about 2025.
Wow, 2025. I think we're expanding in every operation.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes. So let's see. You talked about the layers.
Going from 1,400 in 2024 to about 2,500 in 2025.
The milk we talked about, because we've got 2 cows that are about to calve. We've got 1 already in milk. So we're going to have 3 cows in milk. So we're headed towards potentially about 2,200 gallons of milk in 2025. Y'all. Y'all. There we are. Let's see. Let's talk about pigs next.
Okay, we have 33 feeders out there right now that we are going to process. We know we'll be processing this spring/early summer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already more by a long shot than we did last year.
Yeah.
And then we will farrow in late March is when we should be having piglets again.
There are 5 girls out there.
5 girls, somewhere, the maximum would be around 50 piglets. We would expect less than that, but those will be then hogs that will be processed in the fall. We definitely know that the hog production is going to be significantly increased from 2024.
Well, we sell cuts. We also we have enough now that we can offer halves and wholes on our hogs. And the people around here, they really like to put bulk meat into their freezer. So we're able to service them with that now that we've got more on hand and especially coming. Beef.
Yeah, we have appointments already for 1 per month the entire year, and we already know we're taking 2 in January.
Right.
So we took 5 in 2024. We're already planning for 13 in 2025, so more than double the amount of beef production this year. It would surprise me if that doesn't increase.
I think that it will. One of the reasons is because we sell all of it by the cut. A ribeye, a roast, a pound of ground beef through the store or the farmer's market in Forsyth. But with having more beef, and especially as we begin to partner more with other farmers, we're going to be able to offer some combinations of wholes and halves and quarters and bulk beef to help people buy it a little more budget friendly and make their food security in their freezer just so much better. So we're looking forward to that too, going up in beef production so that we can offer those types of things.
Yeah. Lamb, as far as what we're going to have here on the farm, my guess is it's going to be very similar to what we produced last year. The difference there is we've already got quite a few partner farms that are offering us lamb. So I think that the amount of lamb for sale is going to be increased. The amount of lamb that we actually produce with our sheep here on our farm is probably going to be about the same.
Now, if we can partner with enough people, and we've got these people around, one of the things that it's going to allow us to do is not put so much pressure on us and on our farm to grow so much food. And if we can partner with people just down the road from us who are growing amazing lamb, then maybe we don't have to grow as much, or maybe we can shift to other enterprises and not be so spread out. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And we are willing always to be flexible in what we're producing, how much we're producing, and when it's time to let go of an enterprise and shift it to someone else. So as we go forward in years, we want to be here for the long haul. And that means if we have to say, hey, let's stop putting so much pressure on our land. We've regenerated it. Let's stop putting pressure on it. Maybe we pull back a little bit on sheep, or we add more on chickens, and move our numbers like that. And that's why we're being transparent in what we're doing, so that 5 years from now we may have 100 sheep, or we may have no sheep.
That's true.
And we really like the opportunity to work with these other people, and we're really excited about it because they're making some delicious lamb.
One of the things that's going to allow us to make decisions like that is at our store, we're transitioning our website from a Wix-based website to a Graze Cart-based website. We're in the final stages of building that Graze Cart website. And I think one of the reasons we switched to it, the biggest reason, was that it will allow us to make online sales by weight. And that is not an easy thing to do as far as websites go.
Well, a lot of people might not know what Wix is or Gray's Cart, but Wix is basically for products like a hat or a t-shirt or a pair of sunglasses or whatever it is that a person happened to be
Or I'm
selling.
just building an
But
information site
right,
and write a blog or, but
standard just stuff. But whenever you start selling something by weight, tomatoes or beef, and you carrots, whatever, and you want to get all of the money that you should get out of that product, and the person on the other end ordering it wants to get all that they've paid for. And what Gray's Cart has done, and there Barn to Door is another one. There are other platforms out there, but Gray's Cart has really designed it for people like us.
a side effect of switching to Grace Cart is we're going to have a whole lot more information in order to help us make decisions. It is going to be way better as far as inventory and inventory tracking is concerned. And it has built-in tables and all kinds of data. So that data is going to allow us to then make decisions like what Shelley was talking about, and make decisions on, do we grow an enterprise? Do we shrink an enterprise? Is everything just going swimmingly and we just keep going like we are? So I think that adding Gray's Cart is going to be a big deal for us in 2025.
Yeah, another thing it does, it's really good at helping us to figure out shipping.
Yeah.
And we have, well, T Squared Homestead up in, I don't know, I think they live up in the Arctic.
They said North Pole.
Oh, the North Pole.
I think it's actually Minnesota.
It's Minnesota. At any rate, they're up, and those guys, they're wanting some pork chops, and we kind of got them hanging on right this second because we're switching websites. And we want them to, if you guys are watching, we want you to be some guinea pigs for us, and let's give this new website a test run here really soon. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really customer friendly and owner friendly.
We do plan on expanding a bit in YouTube.
He's really, really wanting to do some live streaming for you guys. We have been involved for the past several months with our friends Kevin and Sarah over at Living Traditions Homestead. And as many of you probably know, we do what do we do?
I run the back end through a program that allows the live stream to happen,
and I moderate.
And Shelley's moderating on the YouTube platform itself. So we're able to
help them and learn.
Yeah.
We've learned. One of the main things that we've learned is that it's really fun.
Yeah.
And interacting with you guys more on a live basis, real time, is something that we would really, really think was fun.
So I don't know the frequency yet. We'll certainly put out some community posts and let you know, but we're going to add live streams to both Air2Ground Farms channel and the Duster Mud podcast channel.
Yeah.
It will probably start on the farm channel with things like farm updates, what's going on, where are we focusing this week, and then any kind of back and forth question and answer or just conversations that we're able to have with you. And then on the podcast channel, we may actually try to do a live podcast or two.
Yeah.
It seems that when we sit down to chat through a podcast, we're hitting at about the 30-minute mark. So it would be fairly easy, I think, to do a 30-minute live podcast and then a 30-minute interaction on that topic, whatever.
Conversation, sort of back and forth, basically like a Q&A, just to drive conversation with you guys. So we're looking forward to that. I have a feeling it's probably going to start sometime this month. So be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's kind of something else in the works too. There is potential for a third leg to the stool. So we have Air2Ground Farms, and we produce animals and meat here on the farm. Air2Ground Meats is our distribution, so we are able to get the food out to you. And I feel like there's a real need in my heart for education and support when it comes to food. So I kind of have something I'm working on that maybe I will launch here in 2025
To help people
to help
thrive?
people thrive. Yes. So Air2Ground Thrive is in the works, and I'm really looking forward to. I am a trained personal trainer. I have been focusing for the last 5 years on how to eat real food. And I really see there's a real need in the United States right now for people like me, women over 50 especially, to really focus back on eating real food. So right now it's all just in the what could it be phase, but I look forward to 2025 and seeing if this thing really takes off. We'll see.
Air2Ground Thrive in 2025.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. That would be really neat to hear if that would be something that you would be interested in, coaching slash community slash just support in our nutrition, really. Wow, that really covers a lot in 2024, and we're looking so forward to 2025, and we just want to thank you.
We want to thank you that are watching this for your engagement, for your encouragement, some of you, your mentorship. It's been a wild ride
Yes, it
in
has.
2024 as far as the YouTube is concerned and the community that is growing. And thanks, seriously.
Yeah, whether you have come to our store and met us, that those meetings are so special to us, and or if you've come and supported and bought fresh local meats, or you just are cheering us on like nobody's business, we could not be more grateful for all of your support.
We would ask you, leave us some comments. What types of videos do you like to see? How can we better serve you as we try to foster this community that is growing?
Yeah. Hey, if you are interested in what we're doing as far as the meats are concerned, and you live in Arizona or some other place like that, make sure to stay engaged and go to our website and watch it change. And hopefully, air2groundmeats.com will be able to ship to you soon.
Yeah, we can do it now. It just doesn't, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be easier.
Let's get
It
that
is going to be
streamlined.
easier.
Yeah.
If you are curious about what's going on the farm, air2groundfarms.com is the farm website. And on that website, I post a blog. We'll probably start doing a newsletter. So there are things that are going to be happening across the different websites, and would encourage you to sign up, subscribe on those sites, and you'll know when things are happening around the farm or the meat store.
Look, the food situation in this country is a little bit dicey. And what we would like to do is just continue to make good food and support those that are. And, as the paradigm shifts in the food industry, we just want to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's to 2025, another year of growing and thriving and farming here at Air2Ground Farms. And we thank you guys so much for hanging out with us again. Until next time, bye y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Maybe it's just hey.
I thought it was, hi, I'm Rich. Oh no, but then we have, hello, you. How are you? It's been a while since we've talked.
Kind of freaking them out a little bit.
What's that?
The glare, but I can't see. Piece of paper. Ready?
You got it, right?
Maybe. Shh. We'll try a couple times.
We just don't know, do we? We have to do it first, and then we'll see.
Then we'll see if we've got it or not. Hey, I'm Shelly.
I'm Rich.
Welcome to Air2Ground Farms. That kind of thing.